Right, I should state straight away that this is in free money mode here. I am playing with pretend money at the Redbet Casino, and I have one goal on this slot, and that is to hit a full screen of bars. That is the stacked yellow bars on reels 1 through 5, all 10 win lines full of bars. That is, those bars there now, they would either have to be the full stacks of bars on 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, or those wild symbols would do the job as well. That is the maximum pay on this slot, and it's only 500 times stake. That is the maximum prize on this slot. A full screen of bars is 500 times stake, and I am going to see how many spins it takes to hit the jackpot, basically. Now, this has been underway for a little while already. I have already done 9,000 spins, and I haven't seen it yet. Let's just get the older auto-play triggers here. Pretty simple triggers on this. I set it to 1,000 spins, and the stop trigger is €100 or more. So the stop trigger is 100 times stake or better, and it hasn't hit that once yet. Let's just go back to so we can see the number of spins. It has now done just short of 9,400 spins, and it has not hit that 100 times stake stop trigger once. So God knows how long it's going to take to get the full screen of bars, which is 500 times stake. But that is the mission that I have set myself. It doesn't really need much interaction with this. I can just set it going and leave it to its own devices. I mean, I set it going before and went out for a nice walk around town, so I don't have to do anything to this. There's no free spins round, there's no bonus round as such. I literally just set it going for 1,000 spins and go off and do whatever it is I'm going to be doing and see where it's up to when I get back. And I'll just keep this going for as long as it takes. I mean, I'm pushing up towards 10,000 spins already. If it takes 20,000 spins or 50,000 spins or 100,000 spins, then so be it, because there is absolutely no limit to the kind of tedium to which I will subject myself when it comes to something like this. So I am going to plug away at this until I see the full screen of bars. And the next real money video should be up on the channel by the end of the week. That's already all been filmed. That was the weekend just gone session. I've just got to get it edited together, put the titles on, render it and upload it. I'm aiming to do that probably overnight on Friday for the video to be live sometime in the small hours of Saturday morning. So that one's already done, that one's in the bag. In the meantime, I have just decided to set myself the challenge of hitting the jackpot on Starburst. It actually runs off. At the speed it's going here, I should put it in quick spin really, but for some reason that feels like cheating. At this rate of knots, it's generally doing 1,000 spins every 70 to 75 minutes. I've got a day off today, so I've had it running literally since I got out of bed this morning. Most days I'm just going to be getting it going when I get back from work, and it can just sit there and do that until it hits that full screen of bars, however long it takes. I mean, it is on the pay table. You can see there it says win up to 50,000 coins. So that basically is coin value of a penny there. That is a £500 win. So the slot is saying there that it does have that full screen of bars on the pay table. That will be the 50,000 coins that it's talking about there. So as far as I can tell, I'm not chasing a win that doesn't exist. That full screen of bars should be on the pay table according to what it's saying there, and that is what I am going to see sooner or later. Probably much, much later. We're over 9,400 spins now. And it's not even hit 100 times stake, let alone 500 times stake. This is a real low variance slot. Yesterday I had it do about 3,000 spins, and my balance, because you always start with a €5,000 balance in free money, it did about 3,000 spins and I lost about €30. Real low variance slot this, although it has done some more damage today. I've lost over €300 today, but bearing in mind I must have done about, I think I've done 5,000, 6,000 spins today, and I've lost, what, €300. Real low variance affair, this one. Now then, I haven't forgotten about Starburst. Do you remember this, where I said I was going to play this in free money mode until I hit a full screen of bars, which is 500 times stake. And I said, oh, I don't care if it takes 20,000 spins or 50,000 spins or 100,000 spins, I'm going to keep going until I get it. Well, this block of 1,000 spins that is underway now, when this has finished, that will indeed be 100,000 spins that I have put through this slot in free money mode. Now, using this, hang on a minute, using this incredibly advanced bookkeeping technique here, no expense spared here, bit of paper and a pen, I have been tracking the spins on this slot. Every line that you can see there is basically 5,000 spins. Each little sort of bar there is 1,000 spins, and I've done them in blocks of 5,000. I have tracked all wins over 100 times stake, because that's the stop trigger if you remember, and we're currently over 99,000 spins. In 99,000 spins, I have had 27 wins of over 100 times stake. Just 27 wins over 100 times stake in just short of 100,000 spins. My biggest single win, the camera's probably not going to focus there, biggest single win is 256 times stake. It's the biggest single win I have had. That is just over half of the pay that I'm actually looking for, which is the full screen of bars, which is 500 times stake. In fact, if you look at wins of over 200 times stake, there have only been 4 wins over 200 times stake in 99,000 spins. I've had a 256 times, I've had a 246 times, a 204 times, and a 215 times. So 4 wins over 200 times stake, 23 wins over 100 times stake, and when this block of 1,000 spins has finished, that will be 100,000 spins put through this slot, and I have not seen the full screen of bars. When this 100,000 spins is finished, or this block of 1,000 spins, I'm going to change my stop trigger, because I can't be arsed recording this, these wins of 100 times stake anymore. So once this block of 1,000 spins is finished, I am going to then put the only stop trigger, as I think I'll go for 256 times or more, 250 times or more after this block of 1,000, and I will just keep plugging away at it until I hit that full screen of bars. But quite surprisingly, I'm 100,000 spins into this one now, and I have not yet seen a full screen of bars. So if you're playing this, if you ever fancy playing this slot yourself, don't expect to be seeing too many big wins. And I already knew this was a very low variance slot. That is not news to me, but even I have been surprised by just how low variance it is and just how few big wins there are on the pay table here. So I'll let that run down to the end of these 1,000 spins and then kick it off again. I will maintain a record like this, but I'll change the stop trigger from 100 times to 250 times. It's pretty low maintenance. I don't have to do anything with this. It's going to be even lower maintenance once I change that stop trigger to 250 times stake, because if the first 100 spins or 100,000 spins or anything to go by, it will hit that stop trigger once in the next 100,000 spins. It's not taking over my PC. This is just running down on the media center PC there on the big telly. I've got my PC over there so I can play me games and all that kind of stuff over there. So I'll just leave this going. It's not really any hassle to just kick it off for another 1,000 spins. It's on. I did move to quick spin a long time ago. On quick spin, it gets through 1,000 spins in about 40 minutes, something like that. So all I have to do is, unless it hits the 100 times stop trigger, in which case I have to set it going again, and it'll be even lower maintenance on a 250 times stop trigger. I'll literally just have to press the autoplay button once every 40 minutes. see how far it goes. Taking bets. This is 100,000 spins and I've not seen the full screen of bars. I wonder if I will get to 200,000 spins without seeing a full screen of bars. It's not particularly interesting, as I know it's just, I've dug my heels in now. I've set myself the challenge of getting a full screen of bars on this, and I'm determined to see it through now, for better or for worse. And for those of you waiting for part 2 of my RTG slots experience at Slotto Cash, that video will be going up on the channel, probably uploading that on Friday night, so that should be live, just like the last one was, on Saturday morning. But for now, I'm just lumping away at Starburst in free money mode, chasing that elusive full screen of bars. Okay, there was no way I was going to forget about Starburst. That was always going to stay on my radar. I am determined to see a full screen of bars. Sorry, I'm sounding a little bit disorientated at the minute. I'm watching over here on my PC Breaking Bad. If you have not seen Breaking Bad, you really should fucking watch this stuff. It's so, so good. I'm working my way through season 3 now. It's almost painfully compelling. It's just too much at times. However, I'm still keeping Starburst spinning over here, Breaking Bad over there, Starburst over here. Right, okay, where are we up to? Now remember, on the last update, it was 100,000 spins in, and I had not seen that full screen of bars. Where am I up to now? I'm still using my incredibly high-tech recording system there. My name there, by the way, my daughter's put that on there, just in case that I lost this piece of paper. She felt it was useful to put my name on there. However, right, what have we got here? Each of these blocks here, each line is 1,000 spins. That's 10,000 spins, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. We are coming up now to 200,000 spins. Now, what I have recorded here this time is what I have been left with. Every block of 10,000 spins, I have started with a balance of 5,000 euros of play money, and you can see there every single one of these is 10,000 spins. What's quite interesting here, or I think so anyway, is what I've been left with after each block of 10,000 spins. This is all blocks of 10,000 spins playing Starburst from a starting balance of 5,000 euros. You can see there, at my lowest, my worst one was 3,800 euros. My best one is 5,370. So it's quite interesting, even on an ultra low variance slot. There's still a large difference in where you will be at after 10,000 euros of wagering. And you can just see there, I've not quite put the last line across there. That line there, when it's done, that will make 200,000 spins. It's been a lot easier to do this time because my only stop trigger has been 250 times stake. And you can see there, in 100,000 spins, I've had 270 times stake and 250 times stake. That's twice. In 100,000 spins, I have hit a 250 times stake stop trigger. So that's it. I think it's safe to say that's going to get there. Still 565 spins left to go there, but I can say with some degree of confidence that that's going to run down. I'm not going to hit my 250 times stake stop trigger, and I'm certainly not going to see a full screen of bars. This is one of the better ones. You can see there, I've got 5,050 euros left. So I've done best part of 10,000 spins, 9,500 spins. I'm actually above where I started. Just goes to show how even on a really, really low variance slot, you can still get big kind of peaks and troughs from where your balance will end up at. However, this is going to be 200,000 spins, and as per that sheet there, my single biggest win from 200,000 1,000 spins is 270 times stake. This slot does have, according to the pay table, this slot does have, you can see there, win up to 50,000 coins. It pops up there all the time. That is 500 euros. That's 500 times stake at €1 spin. I have not seen it yet in 200,000 spins. I haven't even got above 270 times stake, let alone 500 times stake. And believe me, I am going to keep plugging away at this. It doesn't really demand too much of my time. Since I put the stop trigger down to 250 times stake, you can see there, literally twice in 100,000 spins, I've had to do anything more than just press the autoplay trigger on 1,000 spins once it's finished that 1,000 spins. So I can play games, I can watch stuff over there. It's no problem. I will keep this going for as long as it takes. 300,000, 400,000, I do not care. I will keep this up until I get to 1,000,000 fucking spins. I am either going to see a full screen of bars on this, or I am going to get to the point where we can start to say, you know what, there ain't no fucking full screen of bars on the pay table on this thing. That's how interminably sad I am. I will not give up on this until we get to the point where I can say, you know what, 1,000,000 spins, 1.5, how far do we have to go? Sooner or later, one of two things is going to happen. Either the full screen of bars lands, or we get to the point where we can say, you know what, the full screen of bars probably doesn't exist. And there you go, that block of 10,000 spins does indeed make 200,000 spins completed. One of the better ones in terms of what I'm left with there. Every single block of 10,000 spins, I start with a 5,000 euro free money bankroll. I do 10,000 spins and I see where I'm left at. €1 spin, 10,000 spins. On this one, I'm actually 32 euros in profit after 10,000 spins. And that one now gets added onto the end there. You can see there, out of 10 blocks of 10,000 spins, I was in profit on 3 of them. 5,032, the high point there, 5,372 after 10,000 spins, and 5,062. All the others were a loss, and by far and away the worst one was that one there, where after 10,000 spins I only had 3,812 euros left from my 5,000 euro starting balance. And I'll kick this off again now for the next 100,000 spins. I'll check back in on this one when I get to 300,000 spins or the full screen of bars. And I will keep this going until I get to 1,000,000. Yes, here we are. It's dear old Starburst. I haven't forgotten about Starburst, although I haven't been making progress as fast as I have been on the previous blocks of 200,000 spins because it's kind of sapping my will to live. However, I have completed the 100,000 spins to take me up to 300,000 spins. This is actually off on the next block now. When that one's finished, it will be 301,000 spins. So I can say it's done 300,000 spins without the full screen of bars dropping in. Here are the stats on this one. You can see there how that one's gone. I was actually in profit on 4 of them. You can see there, out of the 10 blocks of 10,000 spins, I finished in profit, albeit just about on one of them. On 4 of them, I lost on all the others, on the other 6, but none of them were an absolute disaster. The worst finish there was 4,054 euros. I had 2 wins in that block of 100,000 spins. I had 2 wins of over 250 times stake. You can see them there. 255 times stake and 261 times stake. So that's 300,000 spins all done. My biggest win remained 270 times stake. I got that one on the block from on the run from 100,000 to 200,000 spins. That remains the single biggest win, 270 times stake, which is only slightly over the win, halfway over the win that I'm after here, because obviously the jackpot here, that full screen of ours, is 500 times stake. The best I have managed in 300,000 spins is 270 times stake, not much over half that. So I will push on with this. I'm not doing it quite as urgently as I was before, shall we say. I'm just going to kick it through a 10,000 spin block when I can set, when I know that I've got enough time to get that done, basically. Even though I don't have to do anything to it, because that figure there is reset. Every time I sort of close this session down, shut the PC off, then that figure is reset. And I do want to make sure that I'm recording that end figure at the end of each block of 10,000 spins. So I have to be able to set aside enough time to get 10 of these 1,000 spin blocks done in a single session. And I mean, it's actually about the best part. It comes in at around 6.5 hours. Even on quick spin here, I can't make this thing go any faster than it is here. You can't kind of skip the actual wins themselves, so there is a kind of element of it that you have to watch. This is as fast as I can make it go, and it still takes 6.5 hours, something like that, to get through 10,000 spins. Some of them are a little bit quicker than others, and some of them are slower. It obviously depends how many wins and how many respins and what have you get, but it's averaging out to about 6.5 hours, so I have to make sure that I've got a block of time that long to get 10,000 spins done. So I will stick at it, I will carry on. It hasn't happened in 300,000 spins. I will check back in again when I either get the full screen of bars or I get to 400,000 spins. Amazingly, it's starting to look entirely possible that this could hit 500,000 spins and not get that 500 times stake win. That is conceivable now, that I'll hit 500,000. That really is an awful lot of spins when you can see how long each spin is taking. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that doesn't count there. So obviously when I get the respin, that doesn't actually count as a spin. That all counts as part of the same spin. So imagine counting up to 500,000 at that rate of knots. Needless to say, part of me is wishing that I'd never set off on this endeavour now, but I have, my stubborn circuits have been well and truly activated, so I am going to see it out. Or I'll go insane, whichever happens first.